Why am I writing this book? It was the path that my life took. Some say it is luck. Others say life was comfortable for me. But I mean, I made my choices and the universe moved with me. Success leaves footprints, and I believe I have also benefited from the light that shone from the success stories and principles of other great men, and I find it befitting to do the same for others. The world has been seen by many as a place of difficulty, but I am here using this book as a medium to tell you to change your perspective. You can only achieve what you believe. All that is said here has worked for me over the years, and I think it will also work for you. Part 1. My journey. Who I am. Being proper, I introduce myself. I am a mixture of cultures from North Africa to West Africa. My name is Cherno, which means someone who memorizes things. Humorously, I did not get that name because I knew how to memorize things, but my grandfather did, my father's dad. And I sometimes believe that similar traits can be passed on from generation to generation. Moving on from that, I believe that's the reason why I have an eidetic memory, which means having a visual or photographic memory. I can remember when I was 2 years old, I had to ask my aunt if something was right when I was reminiscing about the past. I asked my aunt, "Auntie, was there a day everyone was at my grandmother's house where I was dragging something?" She responded, "Yes, it was a toy," astonished by my remembrance. It's so great that whenever I meet a person at introduction, I would remember where we met and even what was said during the conversation. I would have called it a one-way street, but it has happened on several occasions. Let's say I haven't seen you for about 5 or 10 years. I would still remember your name and everything I know about you. So I guess the name Cherno suits me well. Last name Hydra, a name which many people believe to have wrong meanings, but I tell you that's the name from the father's side of the family from Morocco. My mother, Habibah. The last name Ba is a Fulani last name. Who are Fulanis, you may ask? They are one of the largest populations in Africa, known for being the largest ethnic pastoralists, or people who raise livestock, in the world. Instead of staying stagnant, the Fulani people in Africa move from one place to another in search of water and grasslands for the livestock to feed. Other things Fulanis are known for: pastoral farming, which is dairy farming for milk and cheese; sedentary settling, which focuses on farmers' agriculture crop rotations; irrigation; merchant businessmen and women of nobility in their high society. Fulanis are a mixed race of Western Africa and Northern Africa. My mother was born in Sierra Leone. When she was young, she went to school and worked as a sales associate at her parents' businesses with her siblings, wholesale, selling corrugated steel, cement, and timber, just like Home Depot, but smaller. My mother at that time started studying how the businesses of her parents were run as well, by understanding the prices of each inventory, which meant memorizing hundreds of inventories, because there were no price tags. This was the late 70s, in a country which was just developing at that time. During that time, she did a lot of things, started learning how to become a seamstress because she loved designing different styles, and of course, she learned from her mother and older sister on sewing different types of fabric, that is, dresses, shirts, scarves, and pants. She started her own clothing business from buying, sewing fabric, and selling them to her clients. My sister. My sister Haja was 12 years old when she got sick. How she got sick is a mystery. It was bedtime, but my sister ended up staying at my stepmother's house that night. Mid-morning, about 5 a.m., I overheard them speaking in another language about my sister's sickness, and she was in the hospital. I wasn't sure if it was my sister until I went inside the hospital with my aunt. I saw my sister laying on the hospital bed, deeply sleeping. I never knew she was in a coma. I didn't even know what a coma was then. And at that point, I realized that I have never seen my sister in a hospital bed with eyes closed and unable to eat or speak. She was admitted to the hospital in Gambia, where doctors and nurses had the education, but lacked medicine and tools to do the best practice. She was moved to a different hospital in the capital Banjul, where it was a little advanced, but still lacked tools for more advanced practices. But they were able to do their best to help by putting a tube through her nose to her stomach so that she can be fed, particularly with her favorite, which is custard. For 6 months, she was in a coma.
Hey guys,
She could hear, but her eyes weren't open, as the doctor told us. I saw.
I hope everyone enjoyed that dose of inspiration, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning. I just wanted to go live today and see how I could inspire other people and learn from others. And hopefully, this live show is gonna be available every during the weekends, and I could have other people help me out so that they could help me with some marketing stuff, and I could basically share the same ideas. And well, I hope you enjoyed, and you have a wonderful morning if you're in Europe, and or I mean in the United States as well. But enjoy. Thank you so much for watching.